Shades room?
Yeah, when we get up there, or when we get up to Illhoof or whatever, I'll make that. It's on cooldown for a minute because I had to make one for another raid team.
All right, so everybody, so we have a couple of new people. Go ahead and zone in. You're going to get a prompt that asks you for how many to get saved to 6 of 11 or 10, however many it is. And then come in the front door, talk to this guy right here, and you're going to select the option to tell, please transport me to the Guardian's Library. Once everybody is there, let me know.
We are all right in front of... What's that next room over? Oh yeah, most of us are on that little ramp leading down to Illhoof's area.
All right. Is everybody besides me there?
Nerd is not here.
Nerd and Dr. Fat.
So Doctor just teleported.
Okay.
Sorry, I'm not going to say the full name. I'm not worried about Nerd because I'm pretty sure he knows where to go.
Okay.
So I'm going to go ahead.
I got
Okay. All right.
I think Nerd is taking the long way. Looks like he's running.
Came in looking for books.
Okay.
We're just here. We can summon anyone that's lagging behind.
Well, it's just Nerd. I don't know how close he is.
There's trash in front of him.
Yeah, there's that trash pack by Illhoof. I'm on the other side of the room. If you want to come with me,
We will have a table in 1 minute and 12 seconds.
We could probably do that first round of trash then.
All right. So as far as healing assignments go, Ashlon, you will just basically be on raid heals. Keep Hots and Lifeloo on the tanks. Main tanks are marked. Nert will be on Skull. Garrick will be on X. Convert will be on tanks as well with some raid healing, and I will be primarily tank and cluster healing with chain heal. I don't know if the chains do physical or shadow damage when he does sacrifice. He probably cast some shadow spells because he's like a satyr type and they usually cast like shadow bolts and stuff. Alright, I am good to go. Let's do a ready check. And let me set, my totems are set. Alright, so we're gonna clear down to... Everybody's ready? And we will get a mage table here before we do Illhoof. This is gonna be quick clear to Illhoof. So, you have assist so you can mark whenever you're ready. Or we can just, this stuff I mean, we pretty much just slaughter.
get the cool buff here.
Alright, so for the new people, Illhoof is a pretty straightforward fight. We will tank him in the middle of the room. Basically, there'll be a little green circle. If you're familiar with Diarmal and the one satyr you fight, I think it's in west, or it's in east, I think. He will sacrifice someone during the fight, so I will call out who is getting sacrificed. If you haven't targeted, you'll see it. The DPS will immediately turn and attack the chains so that the person who is being sacrificed is freed from the chains. It's a long fight, but it's not real hard. So healers, we will need to conserve our mana a little bit. I will drop a fire elemental totem to help control the ads. We will have portals that pop up and spawn small imps. Whenever his bigger imp, no, you can pull whenever. I'm just gonna go. We were all ready. Whenever his big imp comes up, we will immediately kill the big imp. All right. What you got, a pet? But that is the gist of the fight. After that, we will go to the chess event, and we will do the chess event, which is pretty simple. And then we will do Prince, and then we will go back and do Netherspite, and then we will go and do Nightbane, which is the hardest of the bosses. So Netherspite is also one of the harder bosses, but we'll have some time to warm up. Just kind of stay behind Nert, because there is one more pack to pull before we get to Illhoof.
Oh, here's a mage table going out.
Alright, let's come get our goodies. In a 10-man, go ahead and you can grab up to 4 stacks of it, so go ahead and spam click it. What's the, yeah, go ahead. What's the cooldown on your pet?
Soon.
Yeah, what was that?
It's a 5-minute, it lasts 5 minutes, so plenty of time.
Okay, so we can use them against Illhoof. Alright, so after we do this poll, I'm gonna ask for any questions, and then I'm gonna do a regular chat, and we're going to poll. If you can go ahead and pass on the loot. So, BOE, blue and below, you can greet on. BOP, anything will go to the Master Looter, and any purples will go to the Master Looter, which is Radius. And it is main spec over off spec rolls. Alright, so if you come around to the corner, let's do this loot after we kill Illhoof.
Sure, no problem.
Alright, so come around and stand on me, the jumping chamois. Okay, so basically we're going to tank him right by that green circle. We are going to always kill that guy first, and then then we'll do DPS on the boss. And basically, like I said, the portals come out, we kill the imps, which was pretty much going to Seed of Corruption, and we can AoE down. We will pop Heroism. We got 1 warrior, 1 mage. We'll probably pop Heroism after the first sacrifice, when everything gets settled. Other than that, it's beat on the boss time. When someone gets put into the sacrifice circle, make sure you target the chains and kill the chains if you are a DPS. If you are not tanking, you are on the chains. Alright, any questions? This fight is pretty simple and straightforward once we get into it.
We're all stacking on the green circle, right?
Yep, basically all the DPS melee especially, and the boss should be kind of stacked on the green circle. The range can step back a little bit. Alright, everybody is ready. Let's on you, Nert.
Am I on Illhoof and Garrick on Kilrek?
Yeah, let's do that. Let's keep you on Illhoof and Garrick on Kilrek. Just do some swipe thread on Kilrek as well, because we're gonna nuke Kilrek fast, so there should be very little threat being generated on Illhoof.
I'm ready.
Ah, you're just in time. The rituals are about to gather. There is plenty for all.
Okay, the portals are up. Alright, these deaths, we got broken pact. Sacrifice Alright, good job on the chains. That was very quick. Yeah, he's casting shadow bolts. What happened under this? Alright, so, Dr.
The
F.
amp is up. The amp is up. It is on Twitch.
Yep, kill him. Kill him.
He's friendly.
Yeah. Yeah, kill the chains, I'm sorry. Kill chains, kill chains. Kill chains, DPS. Yeah, I got you. Alright. A little bit of heroism. A little bit of fire elemental to help with the ads. Just remember
On Twitch. Chains.
chains on which. Remember, Captain DPS, we have heroism, there is not.
My throw was getting high. I switched to AoE on the imps. I got too close to the boss. So I go.
Kill Wreck is up. Grab him.
Yep, get kill wreck and kill him. Alright, kill wreck is down. Sacrifice on Malchezaar, heals on Malchezaar. On the chains, please. Alright, Garrett tried to execute in there.
Yeah, I was, but now Kill Wreck, so.
Alright, well, let's kill right. Sacrifice on Malchezaar. Yeah, give it a chance.
Yeah, he just lost all his level for some reason, I got.
He's dead. Kill the imps off.
Alright, so we have 3 pieces of loot to auction off tonight. Let me follow somebody.
Is one of them the totem?
Nope, sorry. We have here. Let me link them.
Because you said 3 and I
Oh.
only saw 2 pieces drop.
Well, we had the trash drop.
Oh,
we
that's
didn't roll
right.
off yet. Yeah.
Okay.
Can you make me assist so I can read warning, please?
Oh, you know what? Yeah, I'm sorry. There we go. Alright, so let's move on to chess.
I'm gonna follow the shadow so I can read this stuff. All right. Starting with. This is the Shadowvine Cloak of Infusion. And again, the cryo for this is all casters. Or I should say, yeah, all casters. So that's DPS and healers.
no, I agree. It's kind of garbage.
All right, we can go straight to Ausspec rolls. If nobody still wants it, we'll DE it.
All right, Nerd, go ahead and start pulling. So we're gonna tank them basically here at the corner. So range kind of stay over here where the totems are.
All right, go ahead and DE that guy. Next up is the Mender's Heart Ring. Prio for this is Healing Priests and Druids. Second prio is all other healers. We'll do a long main spec roll for this because I realize healers are actually healing right now.
So what was the prio for it?
The prio is Healing Priests and Healing Druids first, and then the second prio is all other healing healers.
Okay, so I mean, yeah, it'll be Convert or Ashelon.
See a roll from Ashelon. If Convert doesn't roll, Ashelon gets it.
Ashelon wins it with 1. He gets it with 1.
There you go. Congrats, Ashelon.
Blue gets better than that for me.
Hey, Ashelon, don't worry, man. You know, if you get geared, that means you can heal longer and harder, and it's a benefit to all of us.
Yep.
Okay, so prio on this one's a little long, but this is the Grips of Deafness. Prio here is going to be melee DPS Shaman first, then DPS melee Druids, Warriors, and Rogues, and Tank Druids. And after that, Hunters and melee DPS Pallies, which I don't think we have any DPS Pallies in the group.
Hello.
Okay, so in the raid, Dr. F would be the priority, I think.
Yeah, so first prio is melee DPS Shaman, which we don't have. Then we have melee DPS Druids, DPS Warriors, and Rogues, and Tank Druids. So Nert or Doctor would be prio. Yeah.
I've got my best fit ones. Those are like
All right.
possible threats that,
Congrats, Dr. Fat Tits. I'm not afraid to say it.
It isn't fear, trust me.
We can go.
All right, yeah, let's pull. Let's keep pulling.
Nerd, did you already grab all the books in here? Oh no, you couldn't have. There's trash. Never mind. Answered my own dumb question.
Good to go.
We are good to go.
Hurry up.
Okay, so we'll pull these guys one at a time. So we'll pull Dr. F, Healing Priests, Druids, Warriors, and Rogues. Then we'll pull Melee DPS Shaman, which we don't have. Then we have melee DPS Druids, DPS Warriors, and Rogues, and Tank Druids. So Nerd or Doctor? whenever you're ready, Nert, start pulling them. They do a debuff that is strength and agility. Later on, we'll fight some caster ones that do spirit and stamina debuffs. So it stacks, but it's not real bad. Just casters be mindful as Nert loses strength and agility, he will also lose threat. Alright, the stacks just fell off Nert, so we're good. Viz, you don't make the best tank.
Oh no, hold on. 1 second. Stop.
What's the matter, Nert?
I don't think we let the stacks reset before we pulled this one.
Oh, that hurts.
Yeah, we need to let the tanks reset, so...
That was my fault. I got him with like a split second left on it. And
Okay.
refreshed it.
Alright, let's get some spot buffs on Widge.
I don't have a target.
Are we doing chest first or Netherspite first?
Do
I
chest.
got one with.
We're gonna do chess, prince, and then come back for another spite.
Okay, so we go down here, right?
Yeah, down for chess.
Yeah, let's go down. Sorry, I'm actually writing out the who's doing what for another spite.
Gotcha. Good catch, Bilbo.
I've already got one there. I can't have two.
way too much damage.
Way too much damage.
Oh yeah, I barely get my dots to do any damage. Everything dies.
All right, so this guy over here repairs. He also sells some consortium rep items, including if you're enchanting, he's got a decent. Ooh, I can make that now.
And reagents.
Jinx Witch.
All right, yep. So pick up any reagents if you need them. All right, so on to chess. I already have one. I haven't used it yet. I'm going to use it for that. Okay, so go ahead and jump down. So this is not like chess in the sense that you've played it for the most part. There are some things. So everybody needs to kind of get behind a piece. We are going to have to move some of the pawns out. So the pawns that need to move are the ones in front of the water elementals, the ones inside of the clerics, which are our healers, and we need to get one in front of the king out. So we will typically use the king offensively. I don't really care who controls which piece. I like to control water elemental. Typically, people put healers on healers. So between Convert and Ashlon, if you want to control Bishop or a cleric, I mean, that's fine. We do definitely need to control the clerics. So we will, you will take control of a piece. You will get a little debuff or buff on you that says controlling peace and game and session quiet, which will silence you. You'll basically move the pawns out. Typically, I move them two paces out, but we can alternate. So, like if you're moving the one in front of the water elemental, move it out 2, and move the other one out 1. When you take control of the piece, make sure you have your pet bar showing. And then you will have some options in there, and they have a cooldown, so it's kind of turn-based in the sense that when you move, as soon as you move, you get like a 5-second cooldown, and you get some special abilities. Basically, what we want to do is kill their king first, which is War Chief Blackhand. Use our king offensively, and keep him alive with the clerics, so we need to move them up. The water elementals are really good for moving in between a bunch of the horde pieces, and they have like an AoE ability. I haven't really controlled many of the other pieces, so I can't tell you what they do. When you are done moving your piece, you can exit the vehicle, or you can right-click controlling the piece. You will spawn up here on the thing. You will get a debuff that lasts for like 20 seconds, and that 20 seconds will basically prevent you from controlling another piece, and then you basically come down and you take control of another piece. At that point, if you talk to the piece, you won't get the option. Once your cooldown is up, you will get the option to take control of the piece, and then you basically drive it. Are there any questions?
One more comment. He cheats, so he'll throw fire on the board. It's not easy to get out of, but try your best.
Yeah, he puts these beams down, and I think the beams are probably beneficial, but I haven't really gotten in them. It's like a spotlight, like from the opera event. So, all right, so we got people stand behind pieces, if you would. It looks good. It looks good. I'll take control of the water elemental. Who wants the king? I'll take the.
Which will take it.
Would you take the king? I will move this pawn over here. So if you wanna, someone's already got the pawn, so you can just jump right into the king. All right. So I think we need to talk to Echo and Medivh, and then Widge, you're gonna have to talk to the king, I think. All right. So let's get it done. If we fail, we can redo it, which I didn't know until we failed last week, which was kind of sad because this event's pretty easy. All right. Ready, check. All right. Widge, go ahead and talk to the king. You'll see a clear telling that we're going to start the game once he talks to the king. You have to talk to Medivh first.
Yeah, you gotta talk to Medivh.
Yeah. And then...
Right.
Alright.
What can I
Okay.
do for you?
Somebody already talked to
You're
Medivh, I
around.
guess.
Sounds fine. Certainly. Certainly. Sounds
That spell
fine.
isn't ready yet. That's still recharging. That spell isn't ready yet. That's still recharging. I can't cast that yet. That spell isn't ready yet. That's still recharging. I
Certainly.
can't cast that yet.
So
Sounds fine.
the
Uh-huh.
debuff to get, if you
Uh-huh.
right-click your control piece, you can control them, and so I do
Uh-huh.
it like right after I move. I jump down, and I'm going to run, and I'm going to take control of the other piece I want, which is the water elemental.
Sounds
Don't,
fine.
Radius, don't you dare steal my water
I'm getting the
elemental.
horse. I'm getting the horse. Unless, Bilbo, if you want the horse, I'll be the healer. I'll be the healer.
How are you? Safe travels.
As soon as your recently in-game disappears, then basically grab control. Radius, are you gonna move 2 spaces forward?
I'm right behind the king right now.
Okay, yeah, I'm about to
Sounds
move.
fine.
I can do damage as well, but from here.
I'm gonna move here. I'm gonna start AoE and stuff.
Let me know if you need me to move.
Nope, you're good because I'm gonna move where this guy just died.
Certainly. Greetings. Sounds fine.
Perhaps a change is in order.
I'm gonna try to move next to you. Yeah, if you're in fire, try to get out of it.
Yes, of course.
Uh-huh. Sounds fine.
Yes, all according to plan.
Can I heal you from here? Yes, I can.
A transparent strategy.
Do the knights heal?
A necessary sacrifice. I should have known. A
Alright, we can
transparent
get a good
strategy.
beat down on their king right now, between the two of us.
I can't cast that yet.
No matter.
Sounds fine.
No minor concern.
Forget something?
Now it gets interesting.
We got like 3 people on him so far.
All according to plan.
Sounds fine.
Are you able to hit the king 2 spaces away?
He's directly in front. Yes.
I can hit him with my cleric from this far away.
Alright, my piece died, so I'm gonna grab.
Very foolish.
Everybody's in a footman.
Sounds fine.
Man, it looks like I'm out of luck.
Yeah.
It's all good.
Die pretty damn quick.
The king is still at 100%.
You need
I've
something?
been
That's
healing
still
him the whole time.
Sounds
That's
Yeah.
fine.
insane.
No, we're good.
Certainly.
We can just watch.
I just did an 8,000 overheal.
I can't cast
Perhaps
that
a
yet.
change is
Sounds
in order.
fine. Uh-huh.
Not cool.
Sounds
I'm
fine.
fired.
This direction has all it takes.
Whoa.
I was like, hey, why'd I get kicked out of my piece? I moved out of the fire. Alright, gonna loot the chest. Here we go. Right, we have.
Yes, that's correct. All the loot that you see is going to me at the end of the day. So if you feel nice enough or you just want to get out of the way right now, just give it all to me right now. That's fine.
Might as well stay down here on the chessboard for the next pull.
Yeah,
Go up
so
there.
I'm just going up to mark stuff. The next few pulls we will do down here. These things hit extremely hard.
First up, we have the Battle Scar boots. bio for tank warriors, and then all other tanks. So, Garrick, do you want them?
Nah, I already got him.
All right. Any other tanks? Can you even wear them, nerd?
He's the only plate wearer in the group.
Okay. All right. Well, we'll DE him then. That sucks.
Yeah, I was hoping for the sword, but it is what it is. Got enough stuff anyways.
All right, so Nerd on Skull on X. Hey, just for reference radius, the pants, I already have them, and I'm the only healer that can wear them.
All right. Well, we're gonna DE those too. There we go. That saves me a roll.
I mean, they're not really good for anybody else, so.
What about I don't see any pallets.
They'd be decent for pallies.
That's
But,
awesome, but we don't have any in here.
No, I mean, a holy pally they'd be good for,
Oh, gotcha.
but we don't have any paladins, so. All right, go ahead and whenever you're ready, Nerd Paul.
Are you guys tanking him there, or are you gonna bring him down?
Nope, he's gonna jump down.
Oh, we got the big boy too. That's what I was worried about.
Get heals. Make sure you guys got threat. If he'll start getting hit, they're gonna. Try to get away from them as well. No, I'm gonna reincarnate.
Oh, dang.
That's still recharging.
Do we have a soul stone up? I have no mana left to heal you, Nerd.
No, it was still on cooldown.
No,
Well-
at that point, all of our druids were dead, and if Nerd would have shifted out to B-Res, he would have died instantly.
Wouldn't be a live
had-
coffin raid without one-shotting bosses and dying on trash.
Yep. Alright, so in and teleport. Guardian's Library, and then
At least we get to run right by the repair vendor again.
are we going the right way?
You guys should be going up.
I was going into the back door.
Yeah, no, that was the teleporter went the wrong way. So down, and then there's the library, so we go up here. Up and around where we pulled the shades, and then
And that was way better chest than we did last week.
Yeah, last week wasn't so good. Were we in the same group last week, Radius?
Was that where we were down to just our king and the mage, and then I was hitting the other guy as the mage, and we won?
No, I'm pretty sure I was in a different group than you. Alright. We do have Widge and people here to click if anybody needs a summon. No, that's good. Okay, let's buff up and pull one group at a time.
Thank you.
I think I need to summon. I
We gotcha.
just started wandering and I got lost. Okay, thank you.
Yeah, everyone else was here, but you were lagging behind. I was like, we'll just summon.
Yeah, I have stuff going on this side that I can't really let go right now. A little distracted.
Alright, so the big guy is marked as skull, so we should be able to see him if we pull him. Let's get it busted up. You good, Nerd?
Yep.
Right, we got Skull coming, so let him pat by and then.
Go, go.
Alright, it should be clear up there. We'll pick up Skull wherever we find him, so let's go ahead and go up. Just be wary before we pull the next group of where Skull's at. It should be coming.
Should be on the left.
I thought I saw him pat to the right.
No,
Here he comes. He's coming down the ramp.
Here we coming down the ramp, here he comes.
that's your other right again, right?
No, I saw him go left. I wasn't paying attention when he passed back. I saw him go through this other doorway.
I need to get closer.
Yeah, up the stairs, but stop at the top because they will pull if you get too close.
And hug the left edge.
Alright, your man is good. Conrad, you can keep drinking.
Or I could start drinking.
I just saw you were at like 50% mana.
Yeah, I didn't think that.
Always scares the hell out of me when you see the
Nothing else up there, is there? Just Prince?
Before we do Prince, can I get a quick 30-second bio?
Yeah, and I'll explain it for everybody else.
Thank you.
All right, so this bad boy is Prince. He's kind of like the last boss in here, but he's not really the last boss in here, because he's actually easier than the 2 bosses we have left. Basically, so he's a 3-phase fight. This is a pretty long endurance fight, so watch your mana. I will call for innervates as needed, which Ashton, you'll probably do. I'll probably just have you use yours on yourself because we have totems in group 2. All right, so during the fight, he will be. We don't have any melee DPS, do we? Except for Doctor.
I can switch. I'm pretty sure Nerd is just gonna be MT the whole time, anyways.
Yeah, so Nert will be MT. We have Garrick, and so he'll be basically tanked like over around here. Melee DPS. During the fight, he will cast Enfeeble on people. It will bring you to 1 hit point. It cannot be dispelled. It won't be resisted. Basically, you're stuck at 1 hit point, so you don't want to take any damage. After that, he will cast a Shadow Nova. So the Shadow Nova has a knockback, and you don't want to be hit by it. Basically, every time we call for, he'll do a feeble. What you will do is you will run here and you will hide in this little area where I'm at right now, because it is line of sight from the Shadow Nova, because he's going to be tanked like right here. During the fight, there will be pillars that drop from the sky. They're demons, infernals that spawn and do hellfire. You do not want to get hit by the hellfire, especially if you are enfeebled, because you will die. We choose this fight because we should not have infernals drop between us and the tank. And I'm saying should because it still does happen. Enfeeble will not hit the tank, so that's not a big deal. Then, other than that, so phase 1 is until he gets to, I want to say 60%. Let me pull up my cheat sheet. Phase 1, basically, convert into Syrians. Also, he does Shadow Word Pain, so need you to dispel that whenever he does it. So at 60% health, he goes into phase 2. When he goes into phase 2, he will start hitting the tank very hard. Phase 2 is when we will use heroism. It is the time you burn your cooldowns. We want to push him through phase 2 as fast as possible. Phase 2 ends when he gets to 30%. When he gets to 30%, he basically uses, he will start casting amplified damage on people, which doesn't really matter too much, and his axes will start flying and attacking people. So the axes do not hit for very much, but when they're on a healer, they do some casting pushback. So if you are attacked by the axes, let us know so we can throw some additional healing on you. Or if you're a healer and you can let us know, then we know to kind of compensate for the pushback you're getting. And then he dies. The Infernals will continue to spawn throughout the fight. So it is a little bit of a DPS race in the sense that we don't want this whole place covered with Infernals, but they do despawn after a time. Occasionally we have gotten an Infernal right about here. If that is the case, melee DPS, you can outrange the Shadow Nova. So you're going to basically run kind of to the other side of where I'm facing. I think it's 30 yards. You want to get away from him when he casts the Shadow Nova, because you will no longer be able to hide without taking significant damage. Casters, if we have to move, just keep an eye on me, and we will kind of echelon our moves. So we'll move me first to the new location, and then we will have Ashlon move since he can heal while mobile. And then once both he and I are set, I will call for Convert to move. Do we have any questions?
I'm sorry, what was the part about moving again?
Okay, so occasionally we will get a infernal that lands close to us and boxes us in, and the melee will have to run to the other side over there, and we won't be able to heal them. So if that is the case, I will move to a new spot, which will kind of be somewhere out in the middle of the platform, and I'll be marked with the star. And then I will call for you to move when I am set, and then I will call for Convert Maker to move when the both of us are set. That way we have someone, you know, we have at any time we have two people, you know, that can constantly heal the tank.
Okay, sounds good.
For the most part, this is a tank heal fight only. When people get enfeebled, you're going to see a whole bunch of health bars go down to what looks like 0%. You cannot heal them past 1 hit point. It's just that they got to, they have to basically make sure they don't take damage. Fortunately, when he summons the axes won't kill the enfeebled people. So really, when you're enfeebled, you got to watch the Shadow Nova that he casts, and you have to watch the Infernals.
He stops casting Enfeeble in phase 3 as well.
And do you think this is a post 5 minute or sub 5 minute fight?
It is longer than 5 minutes.
Yeah, it's just over 5 minutes. We have a lot of DPS and we have a lot of casters. So if we have a lot of melee that have to run in and out because of the Enfeeble and Shadow Nova, it takes longer. But I mean, it's probably going to be around 5 minutes with this comp.
I was just wondering if I should double innervate or just save it till the end.
I would save it until you're about 60%. Man, I don't know how much your spirit you have, so I don't know how much your innervate will get you.
Yeah, my gear's kind of low for okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, should be.
So I would just pop your innervate at 60%. We also have doctors innervate as well. Yep. All right. Any questions? All right. So this is a ready check. So if you have MP5 food, this is a good time to eat it.
Who do you want a soulstone on? Do you want it on the tank or do you want a healer?
Not the tank, because he drops all threat if the tank dies. Let's put it on
Melee DPS?
Who has a B-res available? It looks like everybody, but I thought one was used.
We should all make sure everyone's inside the door as well, because that door slammed shut.
Yeah, put
He's
it on
stuck.
Put it on Ashelon.
I would think Doctor, because if anyone's gonna die, it's gonna be probably him into a bad run out.
Yeah, but
Either
okay.
one.
Let's put it on Ashelon.
God, I was gonna say less responsibility. I mean, all right, here we go.
No, that's good, man. So yeah, we want to make sure we're in the door, and when he's being tanked, we want to make sure that healers in range, we are at max range, pretty much backed up against the door, so we can still hit him or heal the tank. All right, let me put my mana oil on my weapon as well.
It was main tank.
Main tank will be nerd for this. So let me actually... I'm going to demote Garrick for now. Alright. So I'm going to put on nerd, I'm going to put a triangle. Alright, so again, this is, like I said, this is, you know what, casters, I'm going to drop Tranquil Air Totem just in case. All right, everybody's ready. Everybody should be good. Nerd, whenever you want to go.
Let him walk away so I can get into position, and then we'll get
Yeah.
the
We have Malk's misdirect as well, so we want to use that. So yeah, everybody make sure you're just inside the door.
Yeah, when he comes back, so you get him.
Okay, again, melee, remember the little nook to hide in to Nerd's left, kind of in between us. All right, here we go.
I shall be your undoing.
All right, Ashlon, back up a little bit. Yeah, right about there.
All realities, all dimensions are open to
Enfeeble in 5.
Thank you for calling it out. Enfeeble going out now. All you gotta do, don't worry about the health bars except for nerds. Just make sure you're not gonna get hit by the Shadow Nova. Alright, Doctor's down. Yeah, let's go ahead, get a B-res on Doctor. Okay, Enfeeble in 2. 1. Alright, go hide, go hide, go hide.
I still have Bulgarian in front of me.
I command.
Alright, Doctor is down again.
I don't think he's hiding.
Alright, we are at 64%. Derek, why are you taking damage?
Yeah, he Shadow Nova me into the Hellfire. Kind of so I didn't evade.
Okay, 60%. So, transition change. Big Hill's on the tank. I am going to pop Heroism.
Enfeeble in 3 as well.
Now.
Is your real
Enfeeble again in 3.
Okay, Heroism is down.
You face not Malchezaar alone, but the legions I command.
Okay, we're about to have a phase change to phase 3. There it is. Stage 3, so if you get the axes, call it out if you can. Looks like they're on Viz. Just eat the axes, don't worry about moving.
Radius has the axis.
Shadow Nova in 2.
You face not Malchezaar alone, but the legions I command.
Amplified damage on Convert Maker. Ashline, do you have your innovator available? Don't worry about it. Hey, so Convert, I dropped the mana type for you.
I'm fine, thanks.
You'll get some mana back. I mean, it's got only a 5-minute
All
cooldown, so
dimensions are open to me.
looks like Axe is on Ashlon. Looks like Malchezaar's about to die. Alright, good job.
I am a prince of the Eredar. I am.
Yeah, sorry about the double death. I'm not 100% sure how I died the second time. Maybe being a cat gives me like a wonky hitbox or something, but first time I didn't realize how fast. Like my dead body was right in the corner, so I don't know.
Yeah. No, I saw where you died. Like you were right where you should have been. I mean, yeah, I saw your body, so I have no idea how that
I
killed.
wonder if my my cat is too long and got tagged with like a weird hitbox or something.
Yeah, it could be next time. I would just like right before you cast Enfeeble, just run back here to us, just in case.
Yeah.
And I'll ask. We have some other cat drew. Well, most of them are like. Most of them are tanks, but they might be DPSing on this fight, like Kelm.
Careful on the way down. Don't get too close to the doorways on the left-hand side.
That sucks that Stabby couldn't make this week. We got both daggers.
Yeah.
Alright, I'm gonna follow so I can do it. Let's start with the token, the Helm of the Fallen Champion. This is for Paladins, Rogues, and Shaman. Remember, you can only win one main spec, but I don't think anybody... I don't remember who won the last one. So yeah, roll for it if you can get it.
Charlie's the only one.
Hey, Charlie gets it. I'll trade it to you when you're within range, sir.
Sounds good. That is BIS for me, that in the shoulders.
Woohoo! Gotta love it. Alright. So, we don't have any rogues, which means that the next item is going up for physical DPS. That is Malchezaar the Dagger.
So that's pretty much Malchezaar. Or Garrick, if he wants to off-spec it.
Yeah, it's pretty much just if I switch to DPS, which I kind of do a couple times in Kara, but it's really not needed at all, so really nobody needs it.
You guys want to hear? You guys can both OS roll for it.
Oh, hey, don't cross the big opening. We got to go up.
A couple people went too far.
Yeah, I did too, because I wasn't paying attention, and then I realized where we were at.
Alright,
Always
grab some
going too
Garrick.
far. Too far. Always going too far.
Alright, let's get everybody up here before we start pulling
He's got one of
anything.
those magic guys. Alright, last up we have this beautiful ring, the Ring of 1,000 Marks. This is for melee DPS, which kind of a weird prio, sorry. This is for melee DPS warriors, shamans, rogues, and hunters, and then second prio is melee DPS druids. So I believe that is going to be Malchezaar.
Malchezaar would have the prio, then Doctor.
Oh, damn, he really wants it.
Congrats, Malchezaar.
Alright, there is your ring, sir. There is your helmet, sir. And there is your dagger, sir. It was Garrick that won the dagger, right?
I believe so.
Yeah, so
it was off
again,
spec
I'm not
rolls.
really
but
here
you
right
won.
now.
You're good. I'm just double
Yeah.
checking. Alright, loot is out. We are good to go.
Okay.
Right here, Nicole.
Yep. Okay, so the next boss is Netherspite, as we can see. Everybody just kind of zone into this room just a little bit. You're going to want to have your bandages ready and get a health stone. So come just into the room. This fight is pretty complicated. So once we all get in here, I'm going to start going over it. This is kind of one of those fights that, because of the mechanics, you kind of have to explain some of it in every fight because it changes. You good, Viz and Wedge?
Yeah, Wedge is here.
Okay. All right. So Netherspite is a two-phase fight, and the phases are repeating. So there's the portal phase, which is what we will start in, and then there is the banish phase. So basically, during the portal phase, if you look over to the left, you will see a crystal ball on the desk over there in the left-hand corner. If you look to the right, you will see another desk which will have a crystal ball that forms on it. And if you look almost straight back from the door, there will be another crystal ball that kind of materializes in the air near kind of the eyepiece of that telescope. So each of these orbs will have a beam that goes to Netherspite, and each of these beams has to be interrupted by a player standing in them. If you stand in the beam and you move out of the beam, you will get a debuff that will not let you soak the beam for a while. So if someone is standing in the beam and they are supposed to be standing in the beam, and you move behind them and cut the beam off, they will no longer be able to absorb the beam. The only one that's any different is the red beam, because the tanks will move in and out. So during the portal phase, we will have specific people assigned to to soak specific beams, and then it'll alternate each portal phase. So during the first portal phase, Nert will be soaking the red beam. The red beam, every time we fought him, has always come from the left or the right as we're looking in the room. So over here, kind of by where I'm at. The green beam is going to be soaked by Garrick, and correct me if I'm wrong, but the green beam has always started on the left at that desk.
They only
believe
start in those positions after the first one.
Yep.
They're random.
Yep. Okay. So Garrick will be soaking the green beam. Nert will be soaking the red beam. Let me make an update. The first rotation. The blue beam, the first rotation, will always come from the back. Now, this is only the first portal phase. After every banish phase, it's completely random where they come from. So, for the blue beam,
Charlie?
Yes.
Just want to highlight that the location isn't random. They're always from the same location, but the colors will switch randomly. Yeah.
Yes. So the beams will always. So the first rotation, we will always have red from the right, green from the left, and blue from the back. The location is always the same of where beams will originate. The color, like Rydia said, will change. So we may have red from this side over here. The next phase, we are going to have a beam from the same spot. It just might not be red. It could be any of the three colors. Okay, so first portal phase, Nert in the red, Garrick in the green, and the blue beam is going to be soaked for about 22 stacks by Viserians. After Viserian soaks 22, he's going to move out, and Malchezaar is going to move in and soak. That should cover us for one portal phase. The next portal phase, the way we're going to do it is Radius is going to soak for about 22, and then Widge is going to come in and soak for the remaining. Then there'll be another banish phase, and then we'll go back to Viserians and Malk. Dr. F, you are going to be backup on the green beam, and we will use probably Nert or Garrick on the blue beam as needed. Okay, any questions on that? So
Not a question, just a comment for when you are switching. If you are the person that currently has the beam and the new person is coming in, the current person doesn't move. Let the new person come in behind you, take the beam. Once they have it, then move. It's the safest way to ensure that you don't accidentally switch it and give someone a debuff, and then we're stuck.
The beam will kind of follow you as well, so if you're trying to move away from the person, it'll take them longer to get to the beam.
Yep, that too.
Yep. So, okay. So, again, first portal phase, Nert on red, Garrick on green, Viserians, followed by Malk on blue. Second portal phase, Garrick on red, Nert on green, Ridius followed by Widge on blue, and then we're going to rinse and repeat. Okay, so that's the portal phase. During the portal phase, or during the whole fight, he does a shadow aura that does a little bit of damage. It's not a whole bunch, but it makes this fight a little bit healing intensive. Okay, the banish phase. So about every 90 seconds during the fight, he will go into the banish phase. We will basically run across the room as far as we can from him, because during the banish phase, he does Nether Breath, and Nether Breath hits for most of your hit points, if not all. So starting out, we will pretty much tank him over towards the right by the glass, or by this desk. And then, so the first breath phase, we should run over to the windows. You want to wait. Yeah, we'll rebuff everything before we go. You will want to wait until you take a tick of damage, and then you want to bandage, because you'll get about 2 ticks of bandage in. 10 seconds before the portal phase ends, the tank that's going to be in the red beam and myself will need to run out, and the tank needs to start getting some threat on the boss. So by then, he's usually done with his Nether Breath, and we can go out there, and the tank may get hit, but the tank will survive the hit. The casters and DPS typically won't. So it's basically a rinse and repeat. So the first banish phase, we should run to the windows, and then we'll kind of pick him up over near the windows. And the second banish phase will run basically to where we're at. We need to make sure that the tank quickly is able to get into the red beam, and then the tank is typically going to back up towards where the red beam is originating from. So all the others that are soaking beams, they need to adjust as well. If the beams hit him, he basically becomes invulnerable and so powerful that he'll kill us. Any questions?
This is going to be another longer fight.
This is a pretty long fight because there's a lot of running.
If I'm back up on the green beam, is that basically only if someone dies? Or is it okay?
So if someone dies, or if someone gets the debuff and we need to move you into the green beam. So the benefit with the green beam is, so each beam has a positive and a negative effect. The positive effect for the green beam is that it increases your healing done, which doesn't apply to you, and it reduces your maximum mana by 200 every tick, which doesn't really apply to you because you're in feral form. So typically we have a warrior or a rogue soak the green beam. Usually it's the off tank, and usually it's the tanks swapping between red and green, and then we just put miscellaneous DPS on the blue beam.
Okay, right, sure. Just to be clear, I'm basically just going to be in front of the green beam the entire time, unless the blue beam if needed.
No, Garrick, you're on the green beam the first go round. You're on the red beam the second go round, and then you just basically.
Yeah, red beam. Sorry, not blue.
Red and green, and if we have to adjust from that, we'll try to make adjustments on the fly. But because of the debuffs, it's kind of hard, so we want to try to keep it as limited as possible.
Okay.
All right. Any other questions?
Garrick, have you tanked this one before?
He has.
Yeah, once. Maybe we got it done, but things happen. I'm not the best.
So if I can I'll try to watch the ticker for when he's coming out of banish phase. But remember, whoever's tanking the red beam, so after the first banish phase, it's going to be Garrick. You're going to run out and start whacking him, and then you're going to have to get oriented to the red beam and get your back against it. I will be your healer.
Yep. And then the next phase, it's green beam, and then the next is red, and vice versa. Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
All right. Everyone's ready? Let's go ahead.
Since the red always starts on the right, if you're not a tank, you should probably kind of start by going to the left of him a little bit.
Yeah, and so Viz, you're going to kind of want to go towards the back and pick up the blue beam. Remember, 22 stacks in, and then you're going to swap out, and then Malchezaar's going to carry it until the banish phase. And then Rydiath for about 22 stacks, and then Witch for the rest of the banish phase. And then we should be able to swap after that.
Just to be clear, I'm taking green first. Yep.
Yes, you're taking green first.
Thank you.
All right, he is not tauntable, but the red beam gives a ton of threat. Okay. All right, we're good. Let's on you, nerd.
Let him get a little closer to here.
So again, make sure you do not get into the beam for anyone else. He does not have a breath weapon, nor does he have like a cleave or a tail swipe, so you can really just kind of run through his body. He only does a breath weapon during the banish phase. So it's not like an Ixir.
It's also not a regular breath weapon. It's not a cone. It hits everybody that's in range.
Yeah. Okay, watch where you're at the beams. You okay, Gary? It's feel like lagging.
I'm very bad as soon as we started.
Okay, well you've got the green beam, so we're good for now.
I got it. Okay, cool. I can't. Everybody's frozen, so.
Oh, and Connor, move. I forgot to talk about the void zones. So the void zones, you want to move out of them. Okay, 7 seconds. Portal phase ending in 3.
Sometimes the timers are a little off.
It's okay. Yep. I know I can't really do much about it, but just try to make sure if somebody has a beam.
Run to the other side. Yeah,
Sorry.
I was the one that did it.
No,
I thought he was going
it's
into
just for
banish.
future reference. Yeah, no, it's just I've done the same thing a lot. I don't know if anybody else would do it.
Okay, we need to keep doing some heals. Also try to bandage yourself. Alright, let me know when.
Portal phase in 10.
Alright,
Banish
let's go,
phase in
Garrett.
10.
Tanks going.
Come on, Garrett.
Yeah, I'm just don't know what's happening with my internet right now. So.
Alright, so blue beam is back. The red beam is where is the other side. No, other side, Garrett, other side. To the right, to the right, to the right. To the right.
Yep,
to the right.
sorry.
Alright, you hop in it. Oh, you went down fast. Well, I'm in the red beam now.
I'm at 42 stat switch.
Someone, I need. Go ahead, wipe it up. You okay, Garrick? I saw you go offline and then come back online.
Yeah, I relogged to see if it would help. Didn't really do much. I don't really know what's happening. I think my internet's just having issues as usual.
Well, we know the fight now, so I know a few people have seen it for the first time. So again, to the Master's Library, and we will regroup. Oh, and I'm going to clear this off me.
Yeah, Malchezaar, and I actually do usually use a hotspot, but my Wi-Fi is so bad, I usually just have to use that as my actual internet. I'm out of data, so if I just want another gigabyte, I have to pay $25. It's
Who's your plan through?
Yeah. It's AT&T, and it's a family plan, so I get it a lot cheaper, but if I want to use more, I have to pay a lot extra, and that's just for me. It's not even for the family.
So I have Verizon, and I get 15 gigabytes of hotspot a month, and as much as I play WoW, I use maybe 10.
Yeah, we get 25 each, which is very nice and plentiful, but for how much I waste my life on my computer, I take up a lot of data, so.
You gotta turn down the quality on those porn videos, man.
Yeah, man, sorry, it's an addiction. It's just, I can't stop.
All right, so let's oh crap, I went the wrong way. Let's get back there, and then if you're following me, you're probably in the wrong. Or am I going the right way, Radius? Yeah.
So yeah.
All right, we're gonna take a break till 10:30. So try and get to the yeah. Here's the big open room, and then up for Netherspite. Let's try to get back to Netherspite's room. Take an AFK until 10:30 server time. Well, it's a nice even number. It's also including that people have got to run there and get their mana back and stuff like that. So let's meet right at the ramp to Netherspite.
Yeah, no, I had to work until, like, I barely got home in time to raid, so when I don't go for a couple beers before raid, I'm typically a little quieter. Well, that and, like, I had a really long day at work and I'm just kind of beat, so. But my store's closed tomorrow and it's fucking Canada Day, so I'll be hammered as shit tomorrow if you want to play.
break time ends in just over 2 minutes.
If anyone was trying to give me that Mountain King book earlier, still has it. Mine has got all the fun. Thank you.
Break-ins in 1 minute. Five seconds.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
All right, let's get bus out. This is raid check for pole. Make sure you got the buff you need. We need a druid buff for group 2.
Probably shouldn't go around the corner yet if we're still buffing.
Yeah.
I have my soul split up again.
Okay, let's put it on... Let's put it on Ashlon again, just in case. Because usually it's a healer that ends up taking threat. Alright, looks like we got Mark and... Okay, looks like everybody has Mark. Everyone is ready. Let's go ahead and come in to the left. So again, we should get the same setup for the first round. Reminder, Nert, Garrick, Vizirians, and Malk are in the beams the first go round. And then Garrick red, Nert green, Ridius and Widge the second go around. And I will try to be more specific. Garrett, when you were kind of going towards the left, I said the other side. I should have just said go right.
It didn't matter anyway, so I appreciate it.
Yeah. No, it's good.
Time was just me.
Yeah, and then try to make sure you don't turn your back to them. All right, let's everybody's ready. Nerd, whenever you're ready.
Yeah. Bilbo's ready. Sorry, we're good.
Yeah, I saw him.
Garrick too, after the breath phase, if you like stance and intercept, it'll put you like right on them, and then it's real easy to just spin and intercept whatever beam you need. Let's get him.
Okay, remember watch that you're not crossing beams. Get a B-res on Nerd. Alright. Hey, Nerd, do you know what happened to you?
I took too many stacks, I think.
Where you at, Ash? Oh, you're in the, Alright, how much time?
10 seconds.
Alright, Garrett, go.
Portal phase, it went early. Red's close.
Garrett, Red's right behind you.
Blue's on the far left.
Yep, I got blue. Gonna need some heals on Radius.
Alright, I'm trying to reposition.
Health pod if I need to.
Health pod now. I'm gonna run through him and try to get to him.
Health pod it.
Alright, I got heals coming in. Yeah, based on our position, we're gonna want to go to the door. Watch the void zones. Alright, to the door.
If possible, can I get some rebuff, please?
Let's at least get Mark and Fort on him if we can. Okay, remember, it'll be Nert in the red, Derek in the green. How much time? Let's go, Nert, go, Nert, go. We got red to the left as we're facing him.
Blue straight back.
Converse down.
Yeah, I got
There's green. Alright, now we're stabilized and pop in heroism. Caesarians is dead. Dr. F, you're gonna...
It already has blue in that. We have a whole other cycle. Thank you. He's gonna die before we have to do another cycle.
Alright. I'll get you in a second, Viz.
Yeah, on the first attempt I was like dancing it like crazy, and then the second one I tried doing a little less, and I guess that was bad.
So I got threat when we came back in. Is that why I got ganked right away?
Yeah. Because he doesn't pick up threat until someone gets in the red beam, and if there's no red beam going, you gotta cross your fingers and pray.
Alright, so we have one boss left.
Okay, we're gonna start DPS rogues and warriors, of which we have none, which then goes to physical DPS. So that is Malchezaar or Dr. Fat Tits if you can do one-handed swords.
He can't.
Well,
You
there
just
you
can't use
go. There you go, Malchezaar. Congratulations.
All right, are we going the right way? We need to go down.
Yeah, down, but on the opposite side.
Yeah.
Malchezaar, let me trade you. You enjoy that nice little sword.
No, I went to chess.
I'm just looking for a way to drop down.
I'm not.
Come on, mages, give us a slow fall.
I can't put it on anybody else yet. That's not until Wrath. Alright, next up we have Rick Player Lines. This is priority for physical DPS. Which I'm guessing, again, Malchezaar gets the prio here.
Yeah, it would be him.
Oh,
He's
and
getting some solid rolls
big
too.
rolls. He's wasting all his rolls, man. Holy moly. Congrats, sir. Alright, we go down again, yeah? Yeah, we're going down.
Yeah, we need to go down by the back door.
Yep. Oh, I didn't trade. There we go.
This place is freaking huge.
There we go. Okay. Quit stealing all the gear, Malchezaar.
Yeah, you lead hacksaw.
I'm actually seeing if I can drop here, but no, I'm not gonna drop there.
Yeah, you probably don't want to.
So we're just gonna keep going down. It looked like the floor was closer when I was coming from that way.
I think Priest can levitate all the way down.
Priest can levitate, Pallies can drop.
And bubble.
Oh yeah. Warlocks can soul slow themselves and pick themselves up off the floor.
It's a little costing.
So I don't do the mage jump blink thing because I always screw it up.
You have to be really careful with the mage blink because even if you're in the air, the pathing mechanic will always calculate based on what's on the ground. So if there's something beneath you that will prevent you from going your full blink, it will stick you right back in the spot where you blinked from and you will continue falling.
It resets your velocity, doesn't it?
It does.
It does, but if you blink too early,
all mages have ice block. Just jump an ice block.
Well, yeah, they do now.
The ice block still stops you in midair, doesn't it?
It does, and it resets your fall.
it does.
So, I mean, you can...
Reverse walk of shame.
You can just drop an ice block. Okay, so... I'm doing Tranquil Air for Nightbane. Alright, so... We're about to fight the toughest boss in here. And we've got time for several good tries. So, Nightbane is like a... Yeah, hopefully we only need one, but I mean, it can happen. All right.
Spoken like a true man.
So, Nightbane in here we can drop. Boom. Boom. And then drop a little bit more. So, if you know where the back door is and you come in, there's a little secret passage. So it's, yeah, the Master's Terrace. All right.
Everyone pretty much found it.
Yeah, I think we're all here. Okay, so this fight is basically a two-phase fight that repeats, kind of like Netherspite, except there's a ground phase and an air phase. He will... Where did you guys tank him at when you guys did it? So we'll basically summon him here. The way... I'll wait till Radius and Nert get here.
I'm standing right where I think.
I don't even... Oh, you're there, right behind me. Okay, so basically during the ground phase, he hits pretty hard. He has a tail sweep, so you want to avoid the tail. And he does a fear. So for casters, I will drop a tremor tone. In fact, I'm actually gonna put me in the...
So what we did for ranged, we actually outranged the fear by standing way over here.
Yeah, so that's why I moved myself to the tank group.
Okay.
So the fear can be outranged. I'm gonna drop a tremor for the group. Convert and Viz, try to keep Fear Ward up on Nert as much as you can. Tremor works, but Tremor ticks every 3 seconds, so if it ticks and then he fears, it's basically 2.9 seconds of tank being feared before it gets cleansed. Okay, so Nert will be there. Melee DPS, you will basically be like here. If you get a Charred Earth here, you will need to run to the other side. Is that how you guys did it?
Yep, and normal dragon rules apply. So
I thought we did it from the other side, like the door we came in.
Well, it doesn't matter. I mean,
yeah,
it's either way we split this. It's, you know, we're doing it halfway through, so there's a curve.
The trick
It's
is
just
all
whether
melee
the
have
curve
to
goes
be
to the
on the
left or the right.
same side to start in case there's a Charred Earth, so that there's room to move. Because he does 2 of them. There can be 2 of them up at a time.
Yeah. So all the melee will stack here. If he does Charred Earth, which you'll see a big black soot ring go around you, all the melee will move to here. The healers, well, the casters, I should say, we will all be standing back here-ish. And we will kind of group up together. And if he casts Charred Earth on us here, we are going to go over here. And basically just move around. Casters, you're going to have to, or healers, you're going to kind of have to move a little bit. But we want to stay clumped up as much as possible because we don't really want, like, Charred Earth dropping here and then here. We want it to drop here, and then if he drops it here, the one over here will go away.
Pro tip with Charred Earth is the edges are kind of pointy. It's the widest part of the point is where you stop taking damage, so go, if you're looking at it from a visual perspective, go a little bit beyond the visual or the animation to make sure you're not taking damage. Yep, exactly. Just a bit further.
So I am not going to drop Tranquil Air. I am going to drop... I'm going to drop Grace of Air. And I'll drop Strength of Earth. Okay, so that's pretty much the ground phase, is healing the tank, healing some people who get some residual damage from Charred Earth, and then avoiding Charred Earth by moving as groups and running back and forth. At 75, 50, and 25%, he does an air phase. When he does an air phase, we are all going to group up. And then he's going to cast Rain of Bones. He will target one person and cast Rain of Bones on that person. Basically, everybody who's not targeted, we will spread out, preferably to the same side so we can do some healing if needed, but that's kind of the catch. Make sure you have bandages, health stones, pots, etc., because the problem we were running into during the air phase was healers were getting a lot of healing threat. So Nerd will have Earth Shield up the whole time, which will... Oh, that's Radius. I was trying to mouse over him. So Nerd will have Earth Shield up, which will hopefully pop on the skeletons and give him some threat. Plus, he will shift out and do some healing. When the Rain of Bones ends, they basically all turn into skeletons. And we will want to DPS the skeletons down quickly. The skeletons have Immolation Aura, which does quite a bit of fire damage, so you do not want to melee them if you can help it. A lot of guides have said that they only can take physical damage and holy damage, but we found out that they take all sorts of damage, so unless they change that, everybody should focus on the skellies. When the skellies are dead and he lands, we're going to want misdirects, if possible, back onto Nert, and we will pick him up in the same spot and continue the basically the
cycle,
the dance with the charred earth.
Yep.
So again, remember, he is a normal dragon, so he has a tail sweep and he has a frontal cleave. He only uses his breath weapon when he's in the air, and that'll be on the highest threat, and it hits really hard. It's called Smoldering Breath, but it is all physical damage. So we want the tank to get the physical damage. Because when we were fighting him, it was hitting me for like 5,000 damage a second.
Yeah, it's pretty nasty.
Pro tip for ranged. When he goes up in the air, if you have him targeted and enemy cast bars turned on, you will see when he starts doing the Rain of Bones, and that's when you know to just run out. Get away.
Yes. So, ranged can target him and DPS him while he's in the air. Just remember, Nert doesn't have a whole lot of offensive abilities that are ranged that do a lot of threat. And he'll be in bear form, so that pretty much leaves him with Fairy Fire.
I think I did it opposite of what you said. I don't shift on the Rain of Bones, because he'll be beating on me. I'll have a shit ton of rage. When the skellies die is when I shift out and heal myself, so that when he drops, he should come right to me.
Okay, well, what?
No, Nert, remember you were rolling hots to get the breath from when he was up high, because that's physical damage, and we had a hunter misdirecting to you when he was coming down. That's what we were doing.
That's what I saw in the video.
I don't remember shifting out before the Rain of Bones. I did it after the skellies died.
Well, it's not necessarily it's after he does the Rain of Bones, but before he comes down. Because after he does the Rain of Bones, he's going to do the breath that's physical damage, and that needs to go to you because you're the one who can mitigate that damage.
Yeah, so here's the thing, though. So he casts the Rain of Bones, and then right after he casts the Rain of Bones, he casts Smoldering Breath on whoever is the highest threat, which for us was always a healer, and the healer always died. In fact, we usually lost 2 healers, 2 of the 3 healers per air phase, because 5,000 damage a second, that kills us in 2 seconds. You got the person getting hit can't even cast because they're getting so much pushback. All right, let's we'll give it a shot and see how it works out. Everybody go ahead and get any buffs up that you need. I'm gonna reapply my wizard oil or brilliant mana oil. Again, this is an endurance fight, so I would expect it 5-ish minutes. We will hero probably towards the end if everything is looking good. Alright. Conrad, you were in my group, weren't you?
Yeah, I just kept getting killed by that Smoldering Breath.
Yeah, it was pretty much...
Don't pull the Adversarians isn't here.
Yeah, I know, I saw. It was basically, he was killing me, Convert, or Violet, and then he was killing a second healer every time he went in the air.
Watch how good Nerd does on this, though. You'll be amazed.
Talking up too much, Radius. No, I'm gonna fuck up.
Don't you dare fuck up, Tank.
Yeah, if you fuck up, dude, it's all on you, dude. We're gonna leave. We're all gonna give up instantly.
Okay, again, remember during the bone phase, you're gonna want,
Get away from him.
You're gonna want to get away from the bones, and there's not gonna be a lot of healing.
Because the immolation is per skeleton. So unless you want like 6,000 damage a tick, get away.
Well, that's no good. You can't have more than one book up.
Alright, everyone's here. We should be good now.
So there's a little bit of airtime once we summon him. Go ahead, Nert.
Garrett, you don't want to be standing there.
Okay, we're just like I'm just gonna follow Nert, I guess, right? Just kind of stack on him.
Just kind of.
Don't be on me. You'll attack him from the side.
Yeah.
Oh, am I just gonna be kind of doing DPS?
Melee DPS for this.
No, you're gonna want to stay tank to help corral the skellies.
So.
Oh, right. Okay, yeah. Sorry.
On the ground phase, but when he goes air, you're gonna want to sword and board and just grab whatever you can.
Yeah, I got you. Sorry, I like switched up our spots in my mind for a second for some reason. We're good.
In that case, here he comes.
The ranged all get together on one side.
Yeah. What's ready? So I'm gonna put a marker on you.
Okay. I have 2 for 2 flame throwing, so I can get pretty far back. Just a heads up.
So we just want to be close to Ridius. Our heals are pretty far too, so healers shouldn't have an issue. But Viserians might have to move forward a little bit.
Look guys, it's a bird talk dragon.
It's a bird.
Has he lost weight?
Go, heals.
Y'all might want to back up. A lot of people in spear range.
Chartreuse move. Oh yeah, and dispel that thing he casts off casters in Viserians who died in the Chartreuse. Dispel, can we get a dispel on Ridius?
Anytime you see distracting ash, that's a magic. You see a dispel reduces hit chance for everything. Melee and spell.
Chartreuse moves right.
Suck.
Okay, rain bones. Convert's dead.
Looking blast again.
Yeah, I'm good.
Yeah, it's because we're like, I'm dead because I'm getting the blast. Alright, run in through the back door.
And
Once you go in.
Let's not hit ready if we're not actually ready.
How was that? That means okay.
Can I ask the tanks to mark which target they have the most threat on, or which one they're focusing on?
When the skellies drop?
Yeah, so I know which one to pummel.
Okay, I mean, they can try, but they're probably just trying to gather skellies, and it's...
I know, it was just a request. If it can't be done, it can't be done.
And then, Bilbo, try not to shoot the dragon when he's up in the air unless you're misdirecting to, Nert. And I don't remember what the cooldown is on misdirect, but I know we gotta do, it helps if we can do that when he's coming back down from air phase. Otherwise, you'll generate threat, and then you'll be the one he's targeting with the, whatchamacallit, the breath that sucks.
Nerd, I'm resing you, don't zone in.
I just did, but I went in the back door. I'm right there. Don't worry.
Okay.
So, did we have healers getting breath again, or?
Yep, our first two deaths were a convert and myself because of the breath. Well, the first two breaths when he was airborne. I mean, it was pretty much, as soon as he did the smoldering breath, convert died, and then right after that, I died.
I hate how they fucking put Nightbane as trash in the logs until you kill him. It's so weird.
All right, let's get buffs up.
So,
I did, I swapped Doctor and Az.
Comfort got Smoking Blast, but he also got meleeed and immolated from the Skellies.
Well, the smoldering breath is gonna kill him.
It wasn't Smoldering Breath, it was Smoking Blast.
Oh, okay.
He got Smoking Blast and melee and immolation.
Yeah, as soon as he takes off, everybody just stack right on me, and as soon as you see that Rain of Bones start, everybody run out.
Yeah, he does a cast bar for Rain of Bones. As soon as you see that cast bar going, just move, side strafe, get away from the tanks, and let the tanks sit there and pick them up.
My soul stone is up.
Put it on. Put it on Echelon.
Do we need new Hellstones?
I didn't use mine, so I don't know. I'm good. Does anybody need a new Hellstone?
I'm still okay.
Alright, everyone was ready.
Here it comes.
Range, please get to the right.
Let's stack on. I'm gonna move forward though to drop Tremor Totem. So combat starts in about 16, but it can start hitting like at about like 3 seconds before it says combat starts.
Five, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Chartreuse move.
Chartreuse move. Get ready for another Chartreuse. About 8 seconds to air transition to air phase. Okay, group on guard. Brain bones. Okay, smoking glass is on dirt, which is good. Trying to, I'm down. Echelon's down.
I can't pass that.
Echelon's back up.
That's still recharging.
Smoking blast on convert.
Comes.
Yeah, back. Charter to the left. Yeah, we also had like 3 deaths. Wow, I'm looking at the realistic. Alright, we got about 6 seconds until... We're about to transition to air phase.
My internet's dying now of all moments. So just beware of that.
Alright, stack up. Bones. Smoking blast on Vids.
That spell isn't ready yet.
Vids is down. Convert's down. I have no mana. And I'm about to die from smoking blast.
I need to target something first.
Roll heals too early.
Later than the first one I did.
Yeah, I mean, it was pretty much Viz, Convert, Echelon than me was what I saw from the smoking blast. I might have gotten Convert and Echelon mixed up, but it was pretty much Viz than the 3 healers.
Everyone knows, like, to not damage him when he goes up in the air, right? Like, we need Nert to have threat so that he can get the aggro. I know it's tempting, especially his ranged, to just go ham on him when he's flying around in the air, but we gotta really focus on the skellies and let that healing aggro go to Nert.
You can totally like stun the skellies and all that shit too.
Hey Bilbo, how fast is your misdirect cooldown? What do you think about having Bilbo misdirect to you as soon as the skellies are done, instead of on the way down?
What do you mean?
So the smoldering breath hits you.
Yeah, basically, while he's casting the skellies, have Bilbo misdirect to you, so that not only do you have healing aggro from your hots and the earth shield, but you also have misdirect, and that way you get the breaths and not the healers.
Yeah, do it.
Okay, it just means you're gonna have to work a little harder to pick him up when he comes down, because when he comes down, he's not gonna have any threat, right?
Yeah, so I'm still at 500 ping for some godforsaken reason. I don't know if we just want to wait or if I should just dip, but it doesn't seem like my internet is giving me anything, so I don't really know what to do.
Well, I mean, we can. 500 ping's not super bad. It's not super good. I mean, you know, it's not. In this fight, I don't think it's critical that you're at 500 ping.
Yeah, it's just, I agree. It's just once the skeletons come, there's really not a whole lot I can do. Because I have a lot of button mashing, and it doesn't ever click, unfortunately.
Just try to do what you can.
Yeah, we're not
Gotcha,
gonna
just,
come in to replace you.
That probably would be a good idea, Doctor.
Yeah, swap out. Do some bear form, tanking. Garrick, pick up what you can.
Here, I'm gonna try to relog if that even does anything. My Discord ping is completely different, and it's... I don't understand. Okay, I mean, it seems fine now, I guess. 53 ping, yeah, I don't understand.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I wouldn't use them on the first one. If we get through the first one, then I'll shout the second one, and then Garrett shout the third one if we get to that.
Well, there's 3 air phases, so 75, 50, and 25. Alright. Ready to check for pull, get your food bus.
Give me 1 second, I'm looking at something.
Yeah, but I'd be afraid to have you in cat gear shout and have all 5 turn to you and they just level you.
Let's just use him last then. So, Nert, go first, then Garrick, then Doctor.
Internet's okay now. It's just, clearly it's acted up 3 times now. So.
Alright, well, it's good. I mean, we gotta roll through with the internet problems. It's not an outage, so we're good. Alright, everybody was ready?
Okay, so what was the order then? Doctor first, me second?
No. Nert, then Garrick, then Doctor for the challenging.
Okay. Right.
Yeah. That way, if he does get smacked down, we have him for most of the fight. It's a sacrifice we're willing to make. Alright, ready for summon.
Angel, please come back here. Hug right.
Alrighty, here it comes.
Combat starts at about 30.
Nert, then Garrick, then Doctor.
Yes.
Got it.
Five,
All
4,
right, now.
3, 2, 1.
So I'm at max range to build Nerd. So Chartreuse, move. Where do I think you're standing in it?
I just moved. He's out of my line of sight, though.
What happened? Yeah, so what happened to you?
Ready to misdirect? Then misdirect now.
That's still recharging.
I'm dead. Smoking blast.
Nerd, did you roll hots on that one?
I got it too. waited quite a while to heal that time. I didn't heal right away.
I did the same thing. I waited till it got pretty low, and then I threw in a chain heal, and
Yeah, I got hit with like 2 smoking blasts right off the hop, and then
yeah, and then it went to the healers.
So I made this mistake last time too, but we really need to start against the wall so that the scorched earth doesn't.
Okay, so I think what's getting us is I mean, granted, it's more than one thing, but if I look at one of the significant differences between our logs today, or our attempts, and then the attempt that we had last week that was successful, there's a Searing Cinders debuff that's getting put on people that is not getting dispelled.
It's probably because the dispellers are getting killed.
Maybe.
It's magic, right? Which would be Convert and Viz.
And I'm dispelling everything that comes up, but when I start getting hit with that smoking blast, can't do anything.
So it's either magic or a curse, because I'm not showing any debuffs in my raid frames.
It's magic, and it's 3,000 fire damage over 18 seconds.
That's not that much damage.
But it stacks.
But I mean, is he like stacking it on someone like 5 times?
So looking at our logs, it was missed 85% of the time. It went on Ash, Dr. Fat, Widge, Nert, Ash Salon, Viserians, Convert, Widge, you. So
It's caused smoking blast. When you're hit with smoking blast, it puts a debuff on you.
So what is killing me is I am taking some damage, fire damage from Searing Cinders, but it's the smoking blast that's doing way more damage.
yeah.
I mean, I was 3392 overkill from smoking blast. I mean, it looks like the damage has gone down a little bit. I'm only taking about 3,300 damage per second from his smoking blast, but I've got like 7,000 hit points, so.
I'm trying to figure out or find ideas on what's different between our successful one last time and our not successful one this time.
So, yeah, and what I saw watching the video was Nert was constantly getting the smoldering breath, or the smoking blast. He was constantly getting the breath weapon, smoldering breath. And I think you guys lost one healer on the 3rd air phase, and then that healer either had a soul stone or was beat rezzed. But I mean, all the healers lived. None of the healers were even, like the first 2 air phases, none of the healers were taking damage. Well, the thing is, the healers they had a druid, so it was Violet, Saintly, and who was the other healer? Clivent? I mean, Nert's gonna run out of mana trying to get heal aggro for the air phase, other than just hotting himself.
Yeah, all of those were all the smoking blasts went on Nert in our successful attempt, except for one went on Saintly. Let's see. So that's at what time? That's at 1:35, which is 95 seconds. Okay, so
Hello, guys. I'm really sorry. I went to the bathroom and then my puppy started freaking out and I had to let her out real quick. And then
it's all good. We're just
a sequence of events.
We're talking some strategies compared to the one.
Right. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut anybody off. Go
on. Did you guys have a paladin in your group? Maybe Dynadin?
we did.
So they had salve, which I have a totem that works like salve, but then the problem is we lose the tremor totem for the tank.
Yeah. Well, we have 2 priests. We can't do Fear Ward.
Fear Ward has a 3-minute cooldown.
Oh, okay.
It has a 3-minute cooldown though. I mean, we can do 2 Fear Wards per every ground phase, but let's do I'm gonna do Tranquil Air. Ashlon, just try to watch your hot threat for the air phase, because I'll hit everybody in group 2 with Tranquil Air. But I don't know if they were putting salve or wisdom on the healers for Nightbane.
Yeah. So I'm looking at the logs makes no sense. So I'm not even gonna look at those anymore. Like the timings for when we cast stuff and he cast stuff don't line up.
Okay, so let's go ahead and have Convert put a Fear Ward on Nerd now. Okay, and then we will alternate Viserians and Convert as much as we can. Yeah, I can. So I have a totem that basically acts as salve, like a pally has, except it only affects the group I'm in. So, Ashlon, if you start taking the smoldering breath, shift into bear form.
Yeah, what I'm looking at is saying that it's most likely going to be the healers taking it, and that you got like the dispel has to be like immediate, and like expect it to target you. So like bubble yourselves and be ready to heal healers and not me.
Yeah, but I mean, he's killing the dispellers first, though, is the other problem. All right, let's okay, so changes to this fight. Go ahead and start getting your food buffs. All right, so I'm gonna drop Tranquil Air Totem, and I am not going to drop. Oh, I got my totems all mixed up. Oh, my whole totem bar is mixed up. Never mind. Alright, so... Okay, so group 2 is going to get Tranquil Air Totem. Let's stack on Radius, and we're going to start inside against the wall, is what I'm hearing from Widge. Like where I'm jumping now. Alright, so we'll jump there, and then we'll move over out of the Charter Earth as fast as possible. Convert is going to have the first Fear Ward on Nert, and then Viserians, and we're going to try to keep it up as often as possible. Yeah, because we have limited melee, so even if he gets feared, hopefully it's not like super tragic. Alright, and just try, especially as we get towards air phase, Ajalon, just try to let your hots fall off. Alright. This is ready to check for the pole.
Aren't we, didn't we just say we're starting on the inside for ranged? Or no?
Yes. So everybody stack on radius. And I'm not dropping tremor, so I don't need to be up there. So we need to... Yeah, we should be good right here. Alright, everyone's ready. Combat in 30. Combat in about 17. Combat in about 8. Combat about
4,
now.
3,
He's down.
2, 1.
Chartreuse out. Move. Make sure everybody's getting out of it.
Which needs dispelled? Oh, fear.
This is best I thought. Air phase coming up now.
Air phase in. Yep, air phase in. Stick up. Air bones, move. Smoking blast on nerd.
I can't cast that yet.
Smoking blast on me. Try to keep Garrick up. I'm dead. Convert's dead. I'm up.
It's around the corner.
Adjust. Dart's down.
I got an idea. If I'm just rolling knots on myself and I'm already full health, I'm not doing any. So when he
To be healing the warlock.
we just life tap down and let me heal you.
That's what I was trying to do.
Alright, I'm going to zone into the front because my durability is at 8%. If anybody else needs a repair, now is the time to do it. We can then just run out and run up the back steps.
I would just say everybody do it, just in case, you know, we have to wait for you anyways. I'm coming as well.
Yeah.
But But yeah, and like anybody else who's like a little bit like, don't worry about like popping people right up if they're like close. So then I can just like roll a couple on everybody. I'll just like light bloom whoever isn't popped, and then hopefully the light bloom will get me some red.
Repair it, this guy.
Oh, yeah, don't talk to him. Don't talk to him. We gotta go to the stables.
You can pop tranquility, can't you?
It's got a 10-minute cooldown though.
Yeah, I can only do that one time.
Ah, yeah.
$19 gold repair bill.
Does this go up close to where we need to go?
I don't think so.
No, right outside.
There might be mobs.
Yeah. Exploring.
You know what? This comes over by where Maiden is.
Oh, okay.
It's locked.
We can't get to the sergeant's quarters, but I think.
Just running around. Witch can summon when he gets there.
It's because we have enough soul shards.
I've got 4 left. Not using them for it. I have a soul stone already made.
I'll just run to the front.
Yeah.
Trying to do a shortcut.
Yes.
Sorry.
Yeah, we just did a circle.
Ooh, someone's doing the quest.
Alright, this will be our last attempt for the night, though.
Guys, just run outside and then go up. It's not that far from the back entrance.
Why did you guys hurt?
Oh, they don't have the rep yet.
Okay. Well, I mean, we need people to run outside to summon them. Okay, it's all good.
Spend my last few shards just summon them right from the entrance.
Yep. I'm just gonna zone out right here. I think we need one more to summon.
I'm coming. Would have been smart. If I ported with them and then ported them back.
Yeah. Alright, we good on summons?
I think so.
Alright, so mostly the same strategy, minus the fact that for the air phase, let's leave some health off Widge. No one heals Widge, except Nert, and let's let Nert have a little bit of health missing as well. Alright, this is where you check for Paul.
Malk isn't even here.
There he is.
He's come.
Yeah, he's here now. He was right around the corner.
Oh, yeah, that was him. I was looking at him as I said that.
Okay, get your health stones, use your health stones. Alright, everybody was ready.
Ready?
Yep, alright, range, let's all stack back here and Nert on you. "25 seconds. "15 seconds. Did anyone use challenging roar or challenging shout?
I did not, because I'm
5,
usually the
4,
second.
3, 2, 1.
Move. Convert, are you standing in it or?
No, whatever.
Okay, I saw you taking some damage. Okay, 80%. 76, stop heals on Nerd. It's not taking any damage, but alright. Witch life. Don't heal Witch, don't heal Witch, don't heal Witch. Airbones move.
That's still recharging.
It's on me, I'm dead.
I am dead as well.
Yeah, that's on convert.
I can't cast that yet.
Sucks, I couldn't heal Nerd.
Oh yeah, I know.
Until we figure that out, we cannot beat this game.
Do you just want like a hunter or somebody on him to keep up the threat? To keep the threat off the healers?
Did you say that's the last one?
That is the last one.
Yeah, that was the only other thing I was thinking, is if we like had somebody try to get threat on him.
I don't
Is the
understand
boss?
what was so significantly different between our successful attempts, because even the two wipes before our successful attempt last week, it was nowhere near this difficult. I don't understand what's so different. I'm gonna have to go dig through logs or something.
Yeah, because like last week we died on the first one, and then we had a really good second attempt, and then we got it on the third. I don't know why it was so much different.
And it wasn't smoldering breath that was killing people. It was the skeletons that were killing people. That's the weird
like
part.
The immolation, and once we had people moving away from them, it was cake.
Yep. So putting up a shat portal right inside the door. I'm definitely gonna go do some more log analysis tonight. Figure out what's going on.
How are any of the other groups faring with him?
They say they're making headway, but no one's else has downed him.
Yeah, immolation is.
So yeah, it's based on being in melee range of the skelly, so closer isn't gonna make it worse. If you're in melee range, you're gonna get hit by it.
There's the shot up right inside the door. Front door, not back door, I should say.
Yeah, I was confused at first, but I got it.
Night, folks. Thanks for the run. That was fun.
Alright, Rudius.
Always frustrating when we don't down the boss, but we'll figure it out. I'm gonna go see what I can figure out for next week.
Alright, sounds good, thanks.